Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of So Many More Disordered Eating Thoughts with Broken Baby Doll Eyelashes. She doesn't actually have Broken Baby Doll Eyelashes in this video, I don't think. Just kidding. Once again, hi, I'm Chelsea. You know that. I'm pretty sure I know that. And today we're going to be reviewing yet another video from one of the top leaders in the multi-level marketing company, Optavia. Optavia sells fuelings, promotes an extremely low-calorie, not sustainable diet plan, meal plan, program, whatever. Almost none of these people, from what I've seen, are certified, let's say licensed nutritionists, dietitians, none of that. And it's just atrocious and dangerous that they give the advice that they do for their own financial gain. In my opinion, Octavia is the anorexia multi-level marketing company. Again, like I said, that's just in my opinion. One more time for the people in the back. I don't know this person. I don't need to know them. This is not bullying. I don't care to know them. I don't want to know them. I don't know about I kind of do know about their personal life, but I don't. This has nothing to do with their personal life, all about what they're saying and how messed up it is. I'm putting this information out there so that you can then pick out these little red flags when you see them on the internet, and so that you can know better, basically. So let's go ahead and break down how messed up this is.
Hey, I wanted to pop on here. I have been thinking about this, honestly, on and off all day. And I was on social media and I came across a picture of a friend. And I was looking at this picture, and there is it is a forced smile. And it got me thinking, I remember when I would force my smile, and I would force taking pictures with my...
One thing that I find really interesting, I know we're already stopping. And then this one is that she saw on social media that her friend had posted like a fake smile or whatever. It just seems like it is not that great to be online friends with this lady. Okay. Let's continue for a few seconds, and then we're going to stop again because what she's going to say is annoying.
Family, I felt so horrible about the life, like in my body that I had, that I was like, I will just smile to like pretend that I'm good, but I'm not really that good. I have an eyelash that's like poking me. I'm not really that good. And once I started to actually get healthy and have wins, then I saw that I actually feel really good. I actually feel amazing about myself. And
she was not happy in her own body. That's a pretty common feeling. I mean, that's okay. And if that is your truth, then fine. All right. But I personally don't think that it's okay to then take that and then try to sell a scam. When I started, taking care of myself and getting healthy, you mean when you started starving yourself with Octavia? Because that's what you're doing when you're eating like only that many calories a day. You're starving yourself. It's also called restriction, which is a form of anorexia. I mean, that is anorexia. Obviously, you can be happy and be overweight. Just gonna say this here. You can be fat and happy. Absolutely. And I don't want to diminish like her story or like what she's saying, because I felt like that before too. I had the forced smile. I was, not happy in my own skin. It was because of a medication I was taking at the time, and it sucked. And I've dealt with body dysmorphia and eating disorders and all that, right? So been there. Yeah, working out, which she didn't say working out. She said getting healthy and having wins. What does that mean? It's so vague. I don't think it means like having like wins in the gym and like hitting milestones and like getting stronger. When I'm able to up the weight on certain machines and like it's like nothing to me, that makes me feel so good. But what I'm hearing is like when I started losing weight, when I started getting healthy, it's like, girl, were you just starving yourself? Of course, we don't know. But typically with Octavia, that's what they're doing.
We get stuck in this habit. So here's what happens is, 20 pounds, that doesn't feel like a lot. 30 pounds, it doesn't feel like a lot.
20 pounds and 30 pounds, that's a lot. 10 pounds is a lot. Ma'am, what are you talking about? 20 to 30 pounds, that's a lot. What are you talking about?
Trapped in the thinking of I can do it on my own. I don't need anyone. I don't need a program, because that's how I was. I don't need a program. I don't need anyone. I am good. I can do this on my own. I know how to eat protein and vegetables. I know how to meal prep. And I'm going to do this. And then what ended up happening is the weight just kept coming on because I wasn't actually feeding my body what it needed. My sleeping habits were off. I was putting far too many condiments in my coffee.
You putting ketchup in your coffee? What are you talking about? This is definitely what I'm hearing is the disordered eating of the disordered thoughts rather surrounding eating, when it's like, well, you can't just do it on your own because there's so many small things, like you're sleeping. Okay, then sleep better. Force yourself to get on a stricter schedule. Like that's what I've been doing. I've been taking my Ollie sleep gummies and taking them at like 9 p.m. so that by like 10:30, your girl is zonked. Me and Wiggum are in bed asleep. Like I have to sometimes. And now like I'm in the rhythm now where it's like, okay, I'm good. I don't need to take them every night. Like I'm on that sleep schedule. Sometimes it gets messed up and I'll just go right back on it and I'll be good. But you can do that on your own. Yes, it can be confusing, but I feel like a reason why health and, eating good and intuitive eating and working out is hard for people is because there's so many people online spreading false information. Like, oh my God, you shouldn't eat processed foods. Yeah, you can. Who cares? Or, oh, you shouldn't eat artificial sugar. Or, oh, you shouldn't eat sugar at all. It's like, well, are you cutting out fruit? Are you cutting out like bread? Because there's sugar and bread and like in carbs and stuff. So it's just so much misinformation. And she's like, oh, well, I, changed my eating habits, but then I just kept gaining weight. It doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't sound like you were actually doing what you were saying you were doing. And again, not to like call her a liar, but the story just doesn't add up. And I really think they try to frame it like this so that it's like, you can't do it alone. Yeah, you can. I mean, sure, I've found, people that I really like on Instagram, like Kaylee and Marissa, and I'll have them linked down below. But people who, one, I love, but two, that really do share great information and it's not overwhelming and it's super helpful. And it's real and it's genuine and it's not BS and fluff and they're not trying to sell you, like an MLM. Yeah, sure, they have they're personal trainers and like dietitians, like they have their own courses, that's their job. If you're eating not garbage and you're drinking good water, not good water, if you're drinking water, if you're staying hydrated, if you're eating, meat and vegetables, I have fruit sometimes too, but I mainly try to stick to meat and vegetables. Then I have quinoa and stuff like that. I have to mainly be gluten-free. So also working out and then just being patient with yourself. Sometimes, especially for women, it can take months, 6 months, a year before you start actually seeing results. One, because you probably won't see it because you see yourself every single day. So take progression pictures, take your measurements, not all the time. Don't get obsessed over it, but don't look at the scale because the scale's a lie. Okay. Sorry for the rant, but this misinformation just really irks me.
That sneak in there. So the weight kept going. I kept piling weight on. And I'm like, this isn't right. This doesn't make sense. I'm eating a cucumber during the day and a protein and a vegetable at night. And then, I would get very nitty gritty in things and do a vegetable smoothie. And
so you were already starving yourself? I would eat a cucumber during the day and then a meat and a vegetable at night. That's not enough food. Oh my God, this is not okay.
All the things that we know to do, right? And I came from a fitness, a little bit of a fitness background. I understood health. I understand.
That's terrifying. When someone says she understands health, ma'am, you understand eating disorders and lies. Where's your health background? I want to see that. What do you mean you come from a health background? Because from what I'm seeing, you come from an eating disorder background, and that's not okay. Good God.
Move my health forward, but I just felt so stuck and I was isolated and I was trying to do it by myself. And I was too stubborn to reach out and say, I need help. I am tired of trying to do this on my own. And from May until August, we've been in this yo-yo and this up and down cycle of trying to do it by ourselves. And I've got this, it's summer, I didn't reach my goal weight by May. And so I'm just going to throw that to the towel. My kids are home. I want to invite you in. I felt really, really strong about getting on this right now.
Just her Again, it looks like she's like tiny, little baby hands. That's her. Again, focusing on the scale, getting down to my goal weight. Let me tell you, every so often, yes, I will weigh myself. Because I have more muscle now, I think I'm 140. I should probably just go weigh myself right now so it's accurate, but I fluctuate right now between like 135 and 140. I fluctuate between that, I think is where I'm at right now. But because of the muscle I have right now and because of how hard I am working out during the week, I'm working out like 4 times a week. Because of that and because I'm lifting weights, I look better at this number than I did at this number when I didn't have any muscle, like not no muscle, but when I wasn't working out. It was probably like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Our bodies fluctuate and our weight fluctuates, but also the weight distribution is different, and especially with your muscle mass too. So stop focusing on the scale. Focus how you feel. Focus how, I don't want to say how you look, but like, that's what I'm trying to say is that like I look way better like right now than I did at this same weight. Like this scale is a liar, okay? Don't focus on that. I don't know why I'm trying to like, not debunk, but I don't know. Anyways.
And I want to invite you into that process. If you're 20 to 30 pounds away from your goal, I mean, you could be at great by October, November, and not be settling for good. And then you wouldn't have to set.
Depending on how much like weight you have to lose, right? Depending on how big you are. Because if you're like 300 pounds, then obviously, yes, you could, like it could be healthy for you to lose. Rather, you could lose 20 to 30 pounds in a healthy manner within that time frame. So it just depends. But if you're like me, or, maybe a little bit bigger, either way, the way that they're doing it is not right. It's not right at all. It's not okay. It's unhealthy. It's wrong. It's dangerous. It's so dangerous. And she's just like, yeah, if you want to lose, 20 to 30 pounds in 3 months. Now, what you can do is you absolutely can transform your body within 3 months. The thing is, though, is that are you going to continue that activity afterwards? That's cheaper and more sustainable and attainable than what she's trying to sell you right now. There's no shortcut to losing 20 to 30 pounds other than liposuction, okay? And yeah, sure, with liposuction, if it's done well, then the fat cells in that area will be removed, and then you won't really gain like a whole lot of weight back in that area, but it will have to go somewhere else. So please keep that in mind. That's why sometimes people look a little bit lumpy. But that's okay.
A New Year's resolution, again, for feeling healthy or losing weight or whatever that looks like. Because that is a frustrating thing to just set a goal and never hit the mark. I want to invite you into giving up good to strive for great. What does good look like? Well,
skinny does not equal great. Skinny does not equal healthy. I'm probably right now like the healthiest I've ever been when it comes to like my body. And I'm not the skinniest I've ever been. Like the like healthy skinniest I've ever been is I'm probably 20 pounds off from that. And I know I'm realistically never going to get back down to 120 pounds. I don't really want to though either, because I would rather have muscle. And I know that with my height and these boobies and like my frame, if I have muscle like that I can't weigh that much. Like that's not physically possible. So really what I'm seeing and hearing is this obsession with losing weight, and being skinny means that you're great. Being skinny or losing the fat, whatever, means that you're healthy. And that doesn't necessarily mean that. I know quite a lot of very skinny people that are extremely unhealthy. There are some YouTubers that are very skinny and on the brink of death. So
good looks like the coffee creamer that I really love in my coffee. It's good. It tastes good. It's all the things, but it wasn't serving my body well.
Girl, it's not the coffee creamer. You can still have your coffee creamer. It's that you're starving yourself and you're not working out. That's probably what it was. And that you're not giving your body what it actually needs. And that you're just eating these crusty packets. Ugh. Gross.
Good is having a glass of wine every night with dinner or after dinner, or sitting on the couch and having a glass of wine to unwind and to relax. That's fine. That's good. Doctors say that a glass of red wine is good, but it's also probably hindering you from reaching your goals. Having, the chips and the dip, and those are good. My vice is chips and salsa. Like, I have a very hard time saying no to chips and salsa. If you put chips and salsa in front of me, there's a high probability that I probably will eat it. Even when I'm super laser focused. Like, it's just this habit. I grew up in New Mexico.
It's just a habit. Girl, it's because chips and salsa are delicious. What are you eating instead then? You gonna eat a carrot? Like, you realize, like, chips and salsa isn't a bad snack. Like, yeah, it's salty because usually the chips, but I love chips and salsa. It's really not, like, awful for you. Now, if you're eating a whole thing of it and a whole bag of chips, and listen, your coffee creamer is like, it's like this much coffee and then like that much creamer, and you're doing like 5 of those a day, of course, but it's like everything in moderation. There's this scared idea that it's like, oh my God, I had a Hot Pocket that's so bad for you. I mean, yeah, obviously Hot Pockets aren't good for you, but it's not like there's worse things you could eat. There's also worse things you could drink than a glass of wine every night. I don't know how people could do that. I would die. I cannot drink that much, but I'm also super lightweight and we don't really drink that much in our household. But I'll probably have like 2 or 3 glasses of wine like a week, maybe. Sometimes I go like a whole month without drinking, but still, like, that's okay to have. But what's not okay is restricting yourself like that, because then you're constantly at battle with yourself when it comes to food, and that's not okay. That's not okay.
Chips and salsa was everywhere. I've been doing it since I was like 5 years old, eating chips and salsa. And so it is a very hard habit for me to break.
The way she's talking about chips and salsa, it sounds like she's talking about meth or smoking cigarettes or something, like something that's highly addictive. And yes, I know food can be very addictive. Anything can be addictive to anyone with an addictive personality, but also like so much disordered eating talk. And it's not just her. Many people who are in Octavia talk like this. And this is one of their top leaders. Come on, y'all know what happens when top leaders in an MLM say something. It trickles down and everyone below them talks about it too. It's so unhealthy and it's not okay.
So I have to get very, very clear on what my goals are and just not even pull it out as a snack. Like, my kids like snacking on it, but I don't really offer it to them as a snack right now because it doesn't line up with, me moving forward, moving the dial forward.
That's so toxic. So your kids can't eat chips and salsa because you can't control yourself around food, because you've been restricting, and you also have a very disordered mindset when it comes to food in general. Girl, a few, like a little thing of salsa and chips is not going to kill you. It's not going to set you back. But again, a lot of these people they're not working out because they can't. And when I say working out, I don't mean just like going for a walk or like staying active, lifting 5-pound weights. No. I mean actually lifting weights and doing like the best workouts for women, which is weightlifting. And they're not doing that. And the reason why they can't typically is because, and it even says it in like their program handbook thing, that it's that you like should limit working out when you're on these certain programs because your calorie intake is so low. So girl, it sounds like you're just starving yourself and you're not allowing yourself to eat certain things that it sounds like you really enjoy. That's sad. Food is meant to be enjoyed. Enjoy it. Enjoy your food. Please. It just sounds so miserable.
And sometimes, our kids just have to choose to be on the journey with us, and they get to come alongside us. And, things that we are learning to say no to, they're learning that they don't need it right now. So I want to invite you into the process of breaking up with good and striving for great. You are worth it. Your future self is calling you into that process. Your future self is saying, that is me. I need that. Here's this chick that got on here and did a Facebook Live about 20 to 30 pounds. If you're looking for a sign, potentially this is it. But I want to invite you into the process and invite you into your 20 to 30 pounds away
So let's talk about real quick of why that is not sustainable, because are you going to cut out those certain foods for the rest of your life? No. Are you going to continue to eat Optavia and spend money on it for the rest of your life? No. Are you going to be able to keep up with what you did to lose that weight forever? And no. Guess what happens when you lose however much weight, 20 to 30 pounds, which most likely you may lose weight on Octavia because you're starving yourself. But what happens is when you stop the program because, oh, I lost the weight, you're going to gain almost all that back, if not more, because you're not continuing to starve yourself. That's why it's not sustainable. Now, with eating healthier and working out, there are such small things that you could do to have yourself feel better. Other than Chick-fil-A, I can't tell you the last time it was that I had fast food. Like, I have not had McDonald's in so long. And then thanks to realizing that I need to be gluten-free, I haven't had like a lot of bread and stuff like that. Bread also doesn't make you fat. Okay? Eating only bread all the time, sure, yeah, eating a lot of anything will, get you a little bit chunky. But that's the thing, is that it's in moderation. But yeah, I mean, just making sure that you're not eating candy all the time, eating, Hot Pockets all the time, eating fast food all the time, substituting in, certain things, not, these tiny little things where it's like, oh, well, this artificial sweetener is what makes you fat, or what's making you gain weight. No, Denise, it's not. What's doing that is that you're not actually like eating good food. You're eating fast food or potato chips constantly. You can still have potato chips. I ate Doritos yesterday and it was delicious, okay? But it's in moderation and you have to keep yourself accountable. And guess what? You need to work out. That's what you should do. You need to go lift weights and you have to be patient with yourself. But most people won't do that because they get down on themselves, they don't see results fast enough, and then they stop. But there's no shortcut. And if you actually want results that are going to last, you need to eat better and then actually move your body. And starving yourself to lose 20 to 30 pounds in 3 to 4 months is not the answer. Listen to what this lady has said. She has restarted her program multiple times. She has said multiple times that she's not where she wants to be. What she is saying is that she still struggles with food and with her relationship with food. And it sounds like she's very uneducated, even though she comes from a health background. What does that mean? Clearly you don't. So please just keep that in mind. Again, what is her motive? It's to sell you anorexia, apparently, but to make money off of you and get you to sign up under her. That's what her motive is. And she's just using the fact that some people aren't happy in their bodies. And that sucks. That's disgusting.
Feeling your best self. And I've coached a lot of people that have 20 to 30 pounds to lose. And when they lose that 20 to 30 pounds, it unlocks so many things in them that they forgot, that they forgot who they were. And it's like, wow, I feel really good. I feel really confident. And so
they lost weight and then it unlocked, they forgot who they were. What? Put that on a cross stitch right now. That is so motivational.
If this is you, I want to invite you into that process. And, I'm a click away. And so I want to invite you in and say, let's move forward. Let's reach your goal. Let's stop setting New Year's resolutions and let's go for great.
Listen, I know I said this video ain't about her, but I can't stand that lady. I absolutely cannot stand her. Let's stop setting New Year's resolutions. No, you can want to be stronger and do better every year. It's just such backwards thinking of like, oh, you're going to be able to lose it and then keep it off forever. No, not with that program. No, not at all. You're probably going to have more health issues because it's starving yourself. It's the worst. Eat meat and vegetables. Intuitive eating. If you're craving something, eat it. That's fine. But don't then just only eat that. Okay? Okay. Eat the chips and salsa, girlfriend. You're gonna be okay. You'll be fine. But if one bowl of chips and salsa you think is going to set you back, like girl, go see a therapist. This woman needs to see a therapist. And I hate the fact that she is at the top of an MLM coaching other people on this same type of bull. It's so backwards and so messed up. Please know that the number on the scale, first of all, it don't mean It doesn't mean that you are beautiful. It has nothing to do with your worth, your value, nothing like that, okay? Your body is doing its job by keeping you alive. Take care of yourself, move your body, go work out, love yourself, be nice to yourself, and don't fall for this BS. There's no quick fix for nearly anything in life. Please subscribe. Don't fall for this BS. Please make sure that your friends don't fall for it. It seems like they tend to target women in their mid-30s to like 60s, which is unfortunate. So please share with your friends if you're in that age range. Please let them know that it is extremely unhealthy and that it's very backwards. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, weekend whenever you're watching this. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.